Welcome back to another episode of Cinco Squad. My name is Jonathan Sawyer. With me is Grandpa Jay. Mike already needs a day off. Grandpa Jay. He already needs a week off. So, yeah, Mike is out on vacation with his family. So, Grandpa Jay and I are holding it down. Grandpa Jay, there's been a lot of sports news this week already going on.
And there's sports drama, too. It's not just
sports drama, sports news, but there's been a lot going on today. Yeah. As everyone knows, Travis Hunter and his wife, I feel like it's a reality show, right? So they're filing for divorce, and she wants $40 million or something like that.
So I spoke to a couple people after I put it up. They messaged me. They're like, you should check your sources. Apparently, it's just that somebody saw them get into an argument, and she was crying about it. There's no real proof whether or not they're going to get divorced. But we've seen this relationship be in turmoil even when he was in Colorado. We see it's the problem, it's young kids in love and they're trying to figure it out, and right now this guy's in a position where his life has completely changed. He's now a multi-millionaire, and he will always be a multi-millionaire unless someone steals all his money.
Well, the problem is
he'll get paid back. He'll get paid again at some point.
The problem is that the media is the worst thing about it, is that they're in his business at all times, thinking that she's a gold digger, thinking this. She's been with him through everything. Yeah. And I hate to bring this up again because we're in other sources, and you were just going off of what you went off of. But yes, do we have to check our sources? Yes, we do. Everyone does. Should check their source before they post. But hey, hopefully there's no turmoil in the relationship and there's nothing like that. But if there is, hopefully there's happiness. I just don't think he needs this coming into his rookie season. He's trying to do two things at once. Yep. But what poised by him in general, because this doesn't seem to be bothering him since Colorado, and he's continued to perform at a very elite level and keep himself into a very moderate, I go fishing, go home to my wife, go home to my kid, go play football, and that's it. You don't really see him in the news other than this, because I think they're trying to fish. They think it's too good to be true or something like that.
Yeah. I think it's also as soon as they can hold on to something that makes somebody not seem like they're perfect, they feed off of that. And that's how the media works. We got to knock you down. The one person they haven't been able to do it to is LeBron. LeBron's managers and his team have done as good a job as anybody else in terms of the guy who is at the upper echelon of his sport without us ever knowing if there was dirt or if he did anything. We never knew about it. So either his team did a great job of paying people off or burying it. I think LeBron just kept himself away from what could have been a possible news story. And hey, guys, look, if it was misinformation, you know what we'd love to do? We'd love to post an update on things going great for Travis and his lady, because we'd much rather see an athlete doing well in their relationship, because we know and you guys know that if things are good in your home situation, things are probably better in your work environment as well. So we want to see Trav give his absolute best in his rookie year. We know what his potential is. The talk is still, can he be a two-way guy? We don't think so. I think it's probably not the smartest of ideas. I think it's a gimmick thing as opposed to setting him up for success. It's more like a gimmick thing so your fans could be like, hey, are we going to see him play both ways? And, of course, we know Jacksonville has had some problems filling the stadium as of late, so they kind of maybe have to be a little bit gimmicky. But, hey, look, we want to see this work out. We're definitely not the source like TMZ where we want to report all the drama. I tell you guys all the terrible things going on in someone's life, all right? So the best to him and his lady.
Yeah, and I just want to see the kid go out there and perform at the level that we all know that he can perform at. We all know that he's a number one pick for a reason. Yeah. He's a reason why so many teams were probably salivating at him, trying to trade up, trying to do something. There's probably a lot of rumors out there going out that he was going to get traded or whatnot. And he just wants to play football, dude. Yeah. He just wants to play football and support his family, and that's it. And you can see it when he got drafted. And like you said, if we're wrong, we're wrong. We're one of millions of people that are wrong about him. I see slander come down from him on this relationship over and over and over again. And it's sad, but it's the world we live in nowadays. I think Denzel made a great point on Stephen A's on First Take this past week, saying we're full of opinionaries. And here comes an opinionary right up on the couch with you. Come on up, Mr. Bubba Trump.
Welcome to the Thursday Night Rumble, Bubba. How we doing, Bubba Trump?
Yes, this is Bubba Trump on there. Mr. Licky Bubba Trump.
hey, but let's talk a little bit about the poster children for relationships, Trav and your girl Taylor. Did we get to 100 million in the first hour?
Let's take a look. Let's go to YouTube and check.
We said on Tuesday that on the Kelsey podcast that none other than Taylor Swift was going to be on with her boo, and man, did they look lovable for the entire thing. I saw.
Oh, they were booed up. They were booed up the entire.
Hand on his lap, staring in his eyes.
He actually was saying some really nice things. He was like, you're the reason why, like, I humbled myself. There was a lot of really like nice things. Let's see what this episode got to.
I heard there was some praise.
13 million. I would have lost that bet. It was 13 million.
By 97 million.
But it was like 10 million in the first 24 hours.
So they hit a lot in the first.
But they did a stat today. They had a 12,000% jump on all their social platforms. They had 300. They went from like an average in the last 28 days, 2,800 subscribers, which is weird for a podcast, which is normal for like a podcast in the summer that's sports.
Yeah.
And for that episode in the last 48 hours, 312,000 and counting.
Wow.
Just incredible. If you're a podcaster out there, you understand these numbers and you're looking at these stats like we are every single day, looking at them like, dang. Like, come on, like, let's get ourselves, like, we see like 20% jump and we're like, woo, we hit the jackpot, right? They got 12,000% jump and it's still jumping right now. So actually, I really did watch. My girlfriend Tina, Tina, she's huge. She's a Swiftie to the bone. And, watching that, she's like, you need to watch that to learn more about Taylor. Because I don't understand the fandom and everything that goes on behind it. And I started watching half of it. I still have the other half to watch. And just to hear her talk and the way she handles herself and the way how much like the music means to her, like it brought her to tears on the podcast. And I thought that was the coolest thing because not that she cried, but that she's very passionate when she got her music back. And I don't think people realize that is a huge deal for people like herself. There are other writers that write their own music, but to learn more about the music industry and how snaky it can be, it's pretty impressive what she's been able to do. And I was sitting here with Mike before I took him to the airport, and I'm sitting here like, let me see what her net worth is. Can you take a guess?
I would say she's a multi. I'd say maybe 350 mil.
Not even close, sir. It is 1.6 billion.
Well, I underestimated that this lady.
So
is
anybody that's out there, saying that she's with Travis for his money. Travis's net worth is 90 million. That's what she makes in 3 weeks.
What I thought was really cool too is him recognizing how much he sees her preparing. She's a global icon. So when she goes on her tour, it's not a continental tour. It is a global tour. So the wear and tear on the body, you're talking about changing time zones. That is not easy. And just because it's a performance on stage, don't think it's not strenuous. He gave her a lot of credit for the amount of time she puts into preparation. She said he compared her to an athlete, how she prepares her body for these performances. She's doing it for 3, 4, 5 nights in a row. It's not just her on stage on a piano. She does theatrics. I mean, this girl is going all out to give you, the fan, you Swifties, the best of her. And I know they don't, with $1 billion as your net worth, there's really nothing to hold back on, right? I know there's theatrics. I've never been to one, but I'm pretty sure that if anybody knows about it, you guys can go ahead and comment as a Swiftie and let us know. This is why it's the most amazing concert you'll ever go to. So let us know why, because we're intrigued.
But it's also like it's nice to see that he has that respect for her in that aspect. And like obviously this show's not going to just be about Travis and Taylor. Don't worry, guys. We're going to get to real football coming up here soon. Yeah. But it's more or less like thinking like that's how you should be. Like he sees the grind that to your point. He even mentions that she does more physical therapy in post concert, like stretching and therapy and everything, more than he does after games. And he sees the wear and tear. And it's true. It's like with all the flights, like you got to remember too, she's going, and I know she's flying the best of the best, right? Don't get me wrong. But it still takes a lot out of you to fly from Japan to Vegas, back to Japan for your tour because you want to watch your boyfriend win the Super Bowl. I mean, that takes a lot out of you as much as we try not to feel bad. I mean, obviously I don't feel bad for her because look at, she's still a billionaire and doing everything, but you understand why she is what she is and where she's at. So
dedicated.
So if you get a chance, go watch, other than Seiko Squad podcast, because I know it's your favorite. Go watch the New Heights podcast. Learn a little bit more about stuff outside of sports. But getting him back into sports, my Michigan Wolverines, and I did a post about this earlier today, and I'm kind of frustrated by it. They're finally ruling on the sign stealing this coming Friday.
Well, that took a while.
Or tomorrow, I should say. Tomorrow they're exactly.
Is this 3 years later?
But pretty much 2 to 3 years later.
Wow.
I just don't understand, and I'm going to throw it to you first before I give my take. Why is this NCAA taking this long to do this investigation? And what are your thoughts on like the longevity about it? And whatever punishment they give, what are your thoughts on the entirety of it all?
I think when we first spoke about it, remember we said something along the lines like everybody's doing this, but they did it in a way that it seemed not inconspicuous but very obvious. Yep. So it's almost like, well, are we going to slap them on the wrist knowing that other teams are doing this for being too obvious about it? And I don't think they had any punishment or anything kind of guidelines as to how to treat this, right? So I think when you have committees that move very slowly with matters like this, it's going to be a delay. And the weird thing is, it's now part of a coaching staff that may have nothing to do with the prior coaching staff's philosophy.
That's
they're
my
the
point.
Ones that are getting punished for
that is my exact point. Yeah. So you're going to throw down a punishment, whatever it may be. It may be postseason suspension. It may be, and if it is, I'm going to be destroyed. As you can see, everyone. You can't see it right now on the screen, but you got the Michigan logo sitting right here. Go blue, baby. But you're punishing people that may. So if there are still current players on that team, they get punished. There's current coaching staff like Sharon Moore that are still on staff. They get punished. But you shouldn't punish people that have nothing to do with that, right? I understand the university should get a fine. I even said that about the Joe Paterno and the Penn State ordeal. Now, what happened with Penn State 30, 40 years ago is horrible, and I agree they should be punished. But you're punishing players that weren't even born yet. Yeah. And it's a similar thing for a lot of these college programs is you're punishing these programs when kids have no recollection. We're probably still in high school when this happens. So what's the workaround?
I think in this point,
taking away NIL money? No. It's got to be that.
Yeah, I think you have to hit the program where you're going to say, look, if we go really light with this, everybody's going to be like, really? Well, forget that. I'm going to do it too. So they have to find the fine line between another program being like, hey, we need to stop because look what just happened to Michigan. And unfortunately, they're probably going to have to use Michigan as the example if they don't want to see this in their sport. Yeah. And Peter pays for Paul. So, yes, it sucks for these new recruits or the new transfers that came there who had nothing to do with this, who had no idea what was going on. But if the NCAA just slaps them on the wrist gently, every school's going to be like, we'll pay that fine. We'll do whatever you ask us to do. That's all it is. So they got to go hard. And it's unfortunate. I really hope it's not a postseason suspension because that would really suck for the program.
But I think what you should do is where you should hit the schools where it's going to hurt the most is, and I don't know how you can do it, but you're not allowed something about the NIL taking away and let me restart here. NIL.
You're taking that money.
NIL has nothing to do with the university a lot of the times. It has to do with outside companies, private companies paying them for their endorsement deals or what have you, whatever the deal is. They need to take away the boosters' money to pay players. And that's where you're going to hurt the schools. Yeah. Say, like the Florida last week when I mentioned that on Tuesday, that $27 million was given to players, or was raised in 12 hours after the Kentucky loss. Well, good, you can raise that money, but you can't use it. Yeah. Right? So that money's just going to sit there either fester.
Almost like you're saying put a cap on them for a season. So it's like you wanted to recruit an $11 million roster like Ohio State, but you're capped at 5. Good luck bringing these guys in now. We kind of hampered your ability to be a top program because you can't spend the way everybody else is.
But I also think we just figured out college football. Yeah. You have to do a salary cap. Yeah. You have to do a salary cap. So if you get rid of the NCAA, because we all know that's a corrupt organization, get rid of the NCAA and You're already paying these players. These guys are already professional athletes, driving around in Beamers and souped up trucks and souped up cars and all this jewelry and everything like that. And they've been doing it for years, right? Mm-hmm. But put a salary cap on them. So exactly what you said. So they get $15 million, let's say, is their salary cap. All right, you do something wrong. All right, now your salary cap's $3. Mm-hmm. And I guarantee they're going
to lose all their top recruits.
That's going to be the shock to the system.
Yep.
And that's going to be shock to the program. I don't think there really is a solidified way. So if you that are watching right now have anything that you can give to this topic, let us know. But the ruling comes down tomorrow, and I'm interested to see what happens because I feel like there's going to be either Sherrone Moore's going to be suspended. Mm-hmm. They already banned Harbaugh for the hamburger incident that he gave a hamburger to a recruit or whatever.
So ridiculous.
Like, don't feed the kids or anything, but you can pay him $12 million.
But it's the same thing with Teddy Bridgewater. The guy's coaching kids in an area where he's basically saying it's not
and he gets suspended, right?
It's not safe for them to leave this facility and walk to their home or figure out how to get home.
And he brought them home.
He paid for Ubers so they can get home safe. And he bought them a meal so they could have dinner after a hard 3-hour practice.
Knowing they're probably not going to get one when they get home.
Or it's not going to be one that's going to have a good nutrition right?
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
They're going to have food, but it might not be the best food. So since when a coach looking out for the players, and we're talking the basics of basics, get home safely and have a good meal. Why does a coach now have to go under scrutiny for looking out? Isn't that the job of the coach?
But then all of a sudden,
look out for your players.
But then all of a sudden, we get mad at these players when they're running with their old friends and they're getting in trouble, and we're like, oh, they need to stop this. Yeah. But then when the coaches try to step in and give them help and give them some help or give them a ride or give them anything, they're shunned upon. No, you shouldn't. But then we criticize the player 3 or 4 years later. Mm-hmm. Because they're in trouble, they hang out with the wrong crew, and it's like maybe that's just the way they have to survive. Like, how do you know where they come from? Obviously we don't, but who knows what it goes on?
He did, and he knows that situation.
Exactly.
He was trying to help, and you're telling this guy, sorry, you can't help because our stupid ass rules say don't help a kid out that needs a little bit of a little scratch on his back, a nice hot plate of food.
It's just ridiculous.
At some point, somebody's going to step in. I really hope.
Yeah, I hope so too.
The president kind of sometimes just goes off the wall where he's just going to be like, look, I'm going to step in. If any freaking high school coach is getting suspended for feeding a player, I'm putting an end to that, right?
Yeah.
You can step in and be like, let's not be stupid about this. Like, let's look at the situation and ask the right question. How is that cheating?
It's not cheating.
How is that cheating? How is that player benefits? Come on, man. That's not a player benefit.
It's like when Reggie Bush paid for his mom's house or whatever. Our goal as kids, especially now, we want the best for our parents in a sense as much as they want the best for us. Mm-hmm. Like if it was up to me and Jamie and I, we would pay for a brand new home, all of it out of our pocket.
Especially as a young man who may not have that father figure. Exactly. Of course you want to take care of your moms,
And you want to take care of your family. That's just the goal of it. And that's what Teddy Bridgewater brought to that program is showing how to take care of your family, what it means to give back, so that when those kids end up, maybe the handful of kids get to the level that he's at, they're gonna give back, and it's an evolution of a cycle. Yet we're shunning these kids and we're shunning these players, we're shunning these coaches for doing the right thing, and they have to be shady and sneaky and look sneaky, and it's weird. It's weird to me that we want to punish people like that. And I know this is like kind of going off the topic and whatnot, but it is a very serious one because there's been so much going on with NFL players, NBA players, NHL players coming up with fraud and coming up with different things going on outside the court and outside the field and ice. And it's just ridiculous. Maybe if you allowed the coaches to step in a little bit more and be more of that figure to them, then we would see probably not as much. Can't guarantee it, obviously, but, that's just...
Let's put a spin on taking care of the family. We're talking about that, on that topic. We kind of consider the quarterback fraternity in the NFL its own family, right? Mm-hmm. It's the most praised position, and it's also a minority of black quarterbacks right now still trying to make their way into a conversation of don't generalize us as this type of player. We're just a good player. I love seeing your boy Jalen taking care of Shedeur. When he went to him afterwards.
And he's getting criticized for it, too.
He's offering mentorship. And you know why I love the way he stood up for it? Because he's speaking as a man. He's not even speaking as, well, I get it, this is my position. No, he's saying as a young black man, looking out for another young black man in the NFL, we're still rarefied based on what the NFL is today. And if he's coming to me, saying like, hey, man, I love the way you handle yourself. We know that Jalen has an all-women's team, so he's already setting the bar completely different. His whole management team is a whole female way.
Everyone went this way, and Jalen went that way.
So maybe Shedeur's like, hey, I want to model myself after you. Why would he tell him, look, man, get away from me, bro. You're my competitor. I got nothing to say to you. Talk to me in the next offseason. He's a class act.
And why are we shitting on Shedeur so much?
Yeah.
Yes, his dad is Deion, but stop punishing this kid for his dad's mouth. For his dad, how Deion was. Deion was a phenomenal player, Hall of Fame NFL player. Could have been a Hall of Fame, probably baseball player if he actually if he actually took it serious. If he actually played baseball full time, he would be a Hall of Fame. Yeah. But we're punishing him for his dad, and that's not fair. Shedeur has taken, and I've been a critic of him because I'm like, he's not NFL ready. He's not NFL ready. So I'm glad he's sitting on the fourth string still. Mm-hmm. But it's like when he had that oblique injury, everyone thrived off of it. And it's like, really? All this kid has done is exactly what Cam Ward's done. Yep. Shown up early, learn from like Joe Flacco, Super Bowl winning quarterback with a great team. Has been in the NFL for almost 15 years. That's all he's done is one. He just wants to learn.
Now what you want in your rookies? You want them to be a sponge.
Browns fans. Let me just put this out there for you. Give them 2 to 3 years.
At least.
Give him 2 to 3 years.
At least.
And I'm not saying Dylan Gabriel is not doing that as well, because he might be. But Dylan Gabriel isn't actually a perfect position because Shedeur's taking all the light, and he's just like, let me just continue what I'm doing. Don't get out of line.
They did draft him before Shedeur.
To your point,
they had him as the backup or possibly the starter because they took him before Shedeur, right? So.
Yeah. So, the funny thing with Jalen, that I read a post earlier, was just like, this quarterback wins, this quarterback wins, this quarterback wins, and then it's like, this quarterback, they go to Jalen Hurts. Oh, he doesn't throw the ball well enough. He doesn't do this enough. He doesn't do that enough. He doesn't do this enough. But he's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's balled out in both Super Bowls.
4 years, right?
In 3 years.
In 3 or 4?
3 years.
That's
2 Super Bowls in 3 years. Has been in the playoffs every single year that he's been in the league. Has a better record than Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP in the playoffs. Has better stats than Lamar.
He was the best player on the field against the Chiefs
2 years ago.
He was the best player
2 years ago. Yep. And he should have won MVP. Mm-hmm. We talk about MVPs. He should have won the MVP that year in that Super Bowl.
You think he would have done the same thing that happened in hockey? You think he wouldn't have accepted it, stayed in the locker room?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. That's the way him and Connor McDavid are built the same type of mentality. Because that's not. I don't accept that. I want the trophy. Yeah. And that's all Jalen has been dealt is just shit after shit. And I'll give him where credit's due. He's proved me wrong because I immediately when we drafted him, I was like, I don't like that at all.
Tell him who had faith in your boy. Tell him
Grandpa J had faith. Scott of my Eagles group chat said this is going to be our Super Bowl winning quarterback. So I got to give Scott some praise. But Jalen is a humble guy. He's a guy that you want as a mentor. He's a guy that you want leading your team. And people can give him shit all he wants. He maximized the players around him that are great players. Yes, they're great players. Don't get me wrong. But they're great players, and he continues to maximize them. Without his leadership,
I love the guy. I really do.
Where are the Eagles? Where are the Eagles if without his leadership?
Not 1-1 in the last 3 years in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
And potentially now have a chance to go back because their defense is so young that even losing 3 big pieces, don't get me wrong, we're still revamping them. Yep. Now, let's see what happens. But as we continue with just dealing with sports in general, we have this weekend coming up.
That's right.
Actually, give me 1 second.
Well, I can let you guys know. I'll let you guys know.
My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, look, we're going to talk about all the lineup, and we talked about the magic of Little League, and nothing can take away the magic of that. But ladies and gentlemen, starting tomorrow at 3 p.m., the Premiership is back. And of course, we open the season up with the defending champs, my Liverpool Football Club, playing AFC Bournemouth at home. And it's going to be a bittersweet one because we are going to have a moment of silence for Diego Jota. Unfortunately, the young man lost his life along with his brother in a terrible car accident late this summer. And it's going to be a lot of mixed emotions. But the players are going to play for him, and Liverpool is going to come out with a win. And it's going to be probably one of the most emotional games in Anfield in a long time. I already have goosebumps thinking about it right now. I'm going to try my best to have nothing on my docket tomorrow at 3 and watch at least the first half before I have to coach practice. But we are about to start a new Prem season, and Liverpool is going to show you guys why they can go back-to-back. We re-signed our superstar. Well, we didn't lose our superstar, Mohamed Salah, so he's back with us. He is the motor that makes us tick. And like I said, bittersweet, but freaking excited that I get what I call football back. I know we're all waiting for football, but you know me, I'm from the Caribbean, guys. I call that my football. And let's get going with the Prem.
And actually, that was funny because I was right next to my notes is Prem League up next. I was going to let you rip.
Right,
so.
baby. Let's go.
So this weekend we got a ton of different action. Prem League restarts their season right now. I feel like their season, I don't know their season very well because they feel like it's all year round.
It's a long time. August and May.
It's a long season.
Winter break.
We talk about baseball being long. This is a long one. And they have an in-season tournament type of, I don't know what it's called. So, Bubba, what are you doing? What are you doing, big guy?
Bubba
what are you
loves
doing?
this Liverpool talk,
what are you doing?
Yeah.
So we have FedEx Cup BMW Championship this weekend. Scotty Scheffler is obviously leading the pack at number 1, and it's going to be a pretty interesting field. I mean, this is the biggest
format this year, right?
It's a different format. So when you go into the final one at the what's it called? I forget the golf club, but in Atlanta, East Lake in Atlanta for the championship. It used to be where the number 1 player in the world or in the FedEx Cup would start off at 10 under, and then the rest, so on and so forth. Second place 9 under, and so on and so forth. Now everyone's even because there's some years that there'd be like a Keegan Bradley who would shoot 12 under. But because Scotty started at 10, he would be so far ahead, even if...
And he was a really good South Korean golfer. Then he had like a great final on Siwoo Kim.
Yep. So when it comes down to it, I mean, we got BMW Championship, and this is going to determine some of the captaincy spots for the Ryder Cup coming up in September. Am I boring you? Golf
bores everybody, Mo. Don't worry about it. We get excited for the FedEx.
Hey, if you get a chance, sit down, watch some... Relive your childhood by watching the Little League World Series. Enjoy it. I mean, if you don't have about 30 minutes in a day just to watch these kids, the fun, the sportsmanship, everything they do with just loving the game of sports and being with your friends is in this next week and a half. Sit down, put it on, watch some Little League World Series, support these kids because this is huge for them. They're 12 years old playing on ESPN. That's a dream. Think about your younger self. Wouldn't you dream to play on ESPN when you're 12? And then we, of course, have MLB coming down to the wire. We have a lot going on with
great
that.
rivalry games. You got the Pirates and Cubs. We know it's always been a big rivalry in the NL.
Yeah.
We saw the Angels sweep the Dodgers yesterday, so the Angels are playing great ball.
Which is wild because first time Shohei pitched against
How cool is it? He tipped his cap to him, bro.
And he got his ass kicked.
The way he struck him out in the 87 mile per hour, ridiculous looking sinker. I'm like, Trout just stood there and took it. He's like, I'll tip my cap to you now, buddy.
So one thing that happened before we started the show is that the NBA released their
Christmas
their lineup.
Yeah.
So their lineup for the let me see here. It's the lineup for their broadcast. So basically what they're going to do is they released how they're going to do it. So on Mondays, it'll be on Peacock. This is credit to Legion of Hoops. Shout out to you guys. Peacock. Tuesdays, NBC and Peacock. Wednesdays are going to be ESPN. Thursday, Amazon Prime. Fridays, Amazon Prime and ESPN. Saturdays, Amazon Prime and ABC. And then Sundays will be ABC, NBC, and Peacock. So There is no excuse if you have any of those platforms to say you don't watch NBA because they are literally giving it to you at the tip of your fingers to watch. So if you want to get into the NBA, this is the perfect time. You have the opportunity to. I'm going to reshare this post on our Twitter page at Cinco Squad Pod 05. So make sure you guys are tuning into that. What do you think about this new schedule that's coming out?
Well, RIP TNT Sports and the NBA on TNT.
But they're going to be on. Aren't they going to be on ESPN?
Yeah, I know they're kind of switching over to ESPN, but you said some of the producing team is gone over with them and stuff. So we're hoping that they still feel the same, and they'll deliver a great product for us. They did re-sign Candace Parker as well for 3 years, so she's going to be around as well. Yep, they signed her for 3 more years, so she'll be on everything that she was already a part of. She's going to be on the broadcast
Candace
team.
is good.
Candace
she
is
gives
very
it. She gives it right back to the guys.
Candace is very good. Yeah.
She's on the B team though, I think, right?
Yeah.
With Shaq's boy that he does podcasts
Yes.
with. Yeah. So I mean, it's not going to be the same. We lost TNT, Turner Sports, and that's sad because that was like the last thing at TNT that they had for sports. So it is sad, but I think I like the fact that the NBA is trying. That's one thing I like about Adam Silver is he actually listens to the fans and says, "Okay, you guys say you can't watch. Here you go. Yep. Here's all the platforms to watch. Here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to make it set schedule and have fun and watch. Don't complain if you can't watch games. I mean, obviously if you don't have the service, right? But everyone has Amazon Prime.
Well, at least ABC and NBC has an option on the weekends and once during the weekday. And they're
I
probably
like
not going to watch basketball.
They're doing something about it.
Yeah.
And that's what I think a lot of all these other commissioners are not. I got to give credit where the NHL is. I forget his name. Bettman, yeah. Yep. He did have that partnership with ESPN and ESPN Plus, so I will give him credit on that. I would love to see something like this for all sports, for MLB. MLB especially. MLB is
the Yankees especially.
Well, the Yankees will never get rid of Yes Network, but that's the problem. Is they have all these separate networks that say no. We have a partnership with this cable company. People have to buy cable in order to watch us. And obviously, the MLB TV is now $30 a month if you want it, and you can buy it and watch it, or $30. Actually, right now it's $30 for the rest of the year. But I like the fact that sports are trying to give fans do anything you can, make it interesting, make it fun. Like the whole
even the in-season tournaments is a great effort to make it more exciting in the season.
And it's worked, and people have loved it. So that's one thing that came out. And now, shout out to you college kids. You college kids now can get the NFL ticket for $120.
A college discount with your
college discount with your credit. You got to be enrolled into a college.
So anybody subscribe to us that goes to college.
Well, your boy already has it, so so I paid the $300 for it. So, but yeah, so make sure you guys are tuning into if you're in college and you're listening to this podcast, go to the NFL ticket, sign up. It's $120, and you get Red Zone as well. The new NFL Red Zone with ESPN. What do you think about that with the ads included? Do you think people are going to be more enticed to just watch it or get the ticket?
I feel people are hooked on the Red Zone right now. That especially your casual fan. Well, your casual fan still wants to because remember, your casual fan is the fantasy fan that just wants to see highlights and did my player score, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So there's a lot of fantasy fans out there for it, but you and I, Mikey, Trey, we like watching games. So I feel that your football heads are going to stick to where they normally watch it, and everybody else who's just in it to see did my player score points is going to go the Red Zone route.
Agreed. Yeah. And our apologies for our last episode. When we put our graphics up about the college football playoff or the college football edition we're doing, our audio went out. So my apologies. New setup, new ways, going to have some quirks. We'll make sure we refine it, but just want to make sure let people know the fantasy football college football edition will replace Stump the Squad for us. And what we're going to do is it's going to be our first year doing it, and we're just doing a different way where we're going to draft a team every single week. Every Monday on our live show, we're going to draft a team. The caveat to that is we cannot reuse players. So once you use the entire starting 5 for the Georgia Bulldogs and their defense, the Georgia Bulldogs is gone from everybody. So when we get to week 12, our championship, that's when it's going to be really.
North Texas Mean Green defense.
I'm going Indiana State Sycamores, baby. And I don't even think they have a football team, but let's maybe I'll find another Josh Allen at Wyoming.
We're going to be pulling out of the Sunshine Conference like jokes.
So if you're a top Power 5 school and you think there's some players we should be on the lookout, hit us up in our DMs and I'll make sure that Grandpa Jay and Mike can't log in and change the password. So hit us up in the DM. It's our new edition. We're going to post this on our socials afterwards and make sure that everyone can see kind of the format we're doing. If you want to play, if you figure out different ways you can make it fun, let us know. We're open to it. We're making it up as we go. So this will replace Stump the Squad, so we don't have Stump the Squad anymore. So Grandpa Jay, what are you looking forward to? Like, as far? Oh, you said Liverpool this weekend, but any swim meets this weekend?
What's really cool? The University of Tennessee at the Junior Pan Am Games just had 4 Tennessee volunteers all medal in the 50 free. Well, I was 4 people medal. 2 guys tied for bronze. So Guy Caribe from Brazil, my boy Lamar Taylor from the Bahamas, my other guy Nicholas Blackman from Trinidad, and then another kid from Brazil tied with Nikolai Blackman from Trinidad. So one university took the entire podium in that one event, and we've known Tennessee to be the big dogs in the sprint events because they set the NCAA records with Jordan Crooks, also from the Caribbean, Cayman Islands. So they went there and represented in Brazil. So imagine one university getting a post right now. We own the podium, literally in the 50 free. Really cool.
It's like, cool. Not peasants. Leave me alone.
All you are the SEC peasants.
I see you. I don't want to hear you.
Nobody.
So I'm looking forward to the BMW Championship for myself. I'm looking forward to a nice, relaxing weekend of watching sports and enjoying it. We got a lot in store for you guys this season. We have Fonz coming on as Fonz the Falco, coming on to do his jersey take on August 28th when the NFL releases. So make sure you guys tune into that episode. They are releasing their rivalry jerseys that day. We're going to have Fonz on, talk about that a little bit. We got Herb and Raj of the Herb and Raj podcast coming on Monday, the 25th. We got so many more guests coming on over the course of the show. These will be returning guests. They'll be coming on all the time. So make sure you guys tuning in. If you guys support their podcast, hit the subscribe button. It's in our bio. We'll make sure we'll comment back to you. Love the love that we've been getting on all of our social posts. Continue to look out for us. We're going to be here. And we'll see you guys here on Monday.
Have a great weekend, sports fans.